How you doing, guys? So I'm here today to tell you that I've discovered probably one of the most important rules that kids have between their roommates to make them feel safe. So every single person I've interviewed today said that the most important rule they have for safety in their room is that they must ask for permission to borrow their roommate's stuff. And that's a big thing because some people don't feel safe if their roommate's like going through their stuff without permission or any of that. So I'm gonna start with the people I interviewed. So Romil was the first person I interviewed, and his story is actually very interesting. So Romil, he felt the three questions I asked every single person were: do you feel safe living in the dorm, and do you like your roommates? And what is one rule that you have with your roommate that makes you feel safe in general? So first, he told me that he feels safe living in the dorm. He's from India, actually, which is a very cool story. He told me that he moved here this year. He's lived in India his entire life, spoke the language, and then this was his first year in the U.S. So he feels safe. The most important thing for him is having an RA, because if he has any other questions about America or just anything in general, he can ask his RA. So then next, his roommate. He loves living with his roommate. He trusts him. He feels safe around him, which is very important. He enjoys having his presence because the kid's from America, so he can help him with anything as well. And the rules, just like I said earlier, the rules are the three main, or the asking for permission to use your roommate's stuff. So the next person I interviewed was Jared, and Jared is very typical, so he gave me very quick answers, but I tried to dig for more stories, but I didn't get much. So he felt safe living in the dorm. He really didn't go into anything there. So his roommate, he likes rooming with his roommate, and it turns out he met his roommate in high school. They played on the same AAU basketball team or whatever it was, and they actually were friends and stuff through high school. So then they both came to Maryland. They both lived together. It made the most sense. And they both also have the same rule that they must share, or if they're going to lend their roommate something, it needs to be permitted. I guess, and he's not gonna take something from his roommate without permission. That's the way they feel the most safe. And my last person I interviewed was Amanda. Now, Amanda has an interesting story because she does not like living on campus. She's not used to it because she doesn't have any brothers and sisters, so she just never has lived with another person in her life except her parents. So I asked her, do you feel safe living with your roommate, or do you feel safe living in the dorms? And she said yes, she feels safe. It's just a little uncomfortable at first because she's got to live with a new person now that has never met before. Now, I asked her, do you like your roommate? And she says yes, roommate's very nice. She is a little iffy with her when it comes to like trust and stuff, just because like she's has a hard time like living with a person in general, so it's a little different for her. And lastly, she had the same a common rule that every single person has had was that you must ask for permission when you're doing stuff with your roommate and stuff. And that is really, in general, what I've come to the conclusion after my interviews, that kids feel most safe when their roommate is asking for permission to borrow their stuff or whatever it is. And that is about it.